Welcome to Your Times. Today, we're exploring liver detoxification with Ayurvedic herbs. Think about your liver for a moment, like the body's master filter, working non-stop to keep you feeling, well, clean and energized.
It really is incredible, and in our modern world, it's under a lot of pressure, wouldn't you say? Environmental stuff, processed foods.
Absolutely. So we're asking, what if ancient wisdom, specifically Ayurveda, holds some keys, some potent natural ways to support its vital work?
That's exactly the idea. Ayurveda has this really deep respect for the liver. It's not just seen as a filter, you know?
Okay.
It's seen as this central hub for metabolism, digestion, detoxification, really a cornerstone of your health.
A cornerstone, I like that.
Yeah, and Ayurveda suggests the liver's health is completely tied to your dosha balance. Vata, Pitta, Kapha, your unique energy blueprint. A healthy liver means everything gets processed properly, nutrients, emotions, everything keeping those doshas in harmony.
That really shifts the perspective, doesn't it? It moves away from those hard cleanses you sometimes hear about.
Exactly. It's not about a quick, aggressive fix. Ayurveda is much more about supporting the liver's natural intelligence, its ongoing work.
So building a partnership, kind of nurturing it long term.
Precisely. Giving it the right natural support it needs to do its job day in, day out for lifelong resilience, not just a temporary boost.
Right. And Ayurveda offers this amazing toolkit of herbs, doesn't it? These aren't just random plants.
Not at all. They've been observed and understood for millennia. Each one has unique properties, specific traditional uses.
Okay, let's dive into some of these. Where should we start? Maybe with something familiar, like Amla.
Amla is a perfect place to start. Indian gooseberry. It's definitely a cornerstone in Ayurvedic wellness. People know it for vitamin C, antioxidants, which are great. But Ayurveda sees something deeper.
Okay, what's that?
It highlights its Rajayana effect specifically for the liver, meaning it doesn't just detoxify, it actively rejuvenates liver cells.
Rejuvenates. Wow, so it helps them repair and regenerate.
Exactly, which is vital for an organ working that hard constantly.
So beyond just fighting off damage, it's actually rebuilding. That's a big difference. And how does it play with the doshas? Who benefits most?
Well, Ayurveda suggests Amla is pretty unique because it balances all three doshas, but it's especially good for calming excess Pitta.
Pitta, the fiery one.
Right, that heat, inflammation, metabolic intensity. Things often linked to liver issues. So if you're dealing with a sluggish liver, maybe fatty liver, or just general liver inflammation, Amla's cooling and detoxifying nature could be really helpful.
Makes sense. Any cautions with Amla?
Yes, a couple. Ayurveda suggests if you have acute diarrhea or a lot of stomach acid, Amla might stir things up a bit, so use it carefully then.
Got it. Okay, from the nourishing Amla, let's switch gears to something known for being, well, quite bitter. Neem, often called nature's purifier. What's the significance of that bitterness in Ayurveda?
That bitterness, the tikta rasa, is a powerful signal in Ayurveda. Bitter herbs are thought to directly stimulate the liver and gallbladder.
Stimulate how?
By encouraging the release of bile that might be stagnant. This helps purify the blood, clear out accumulated heat and toxins. It's like an internal rinse for your system. Neem really aids the liver's detox pathways and supports good bile production, which you need for breaking down fats and getting rid of waste.
Fascinating link. Bitterness equals cleansing.
Yeah.
How does Neem fit into the dosha picture?
Yeah.
And are there people who need to be careful with it?
Good question. Neem mainly reduces excess kapha, that heavy, sluggish energy, and pitta, the heat and inflammation. So it's very useful for liver inflammation, jaundice, situations with toxic overload. But it's potent.
Right.
If you overuse it, especially if you have a strong Vata constitution tending towards dryness, maybe restlessness, it could increase Vata because it's quite drying and cooling.
Okay.
So traditional wisdom says avoid Neem if you're pregnant, trying to conceive, or if you're very underweight. Needs respect.
Definitely. Okay, next, let's talk about something you might find in your spice rack, Fenugreek, or methi. It seems to have this interesting double benefit.
Fenugreek is quite remarkable, yes. Ayurveda suggests it doesn't just help the liver detoxify, it also plays a really significant role in balancing blood sugar levels.
Ah, the dual action.
Exactly. Which makes it super valuable for metabolic health because liver function and blood sugar are so tightly connected. Dosha-wise, it mainly reduces Vata and Kapha. Good for sluggishness, digestive imbalances, though in large amounts it can slightly increase Pitta.
So it sounds like it could be particularly helpful for things like fatty liver or insulin resistance, common issues today.
Absolutely. By helping the body handle sugars and fats better, it takes a load off the liver, promotes a healthier metabolic state overall.
Are there cautions for fenugreek too?
Yes, important ones. Ayurveda advises against large amounts if you're pregnant, and also if you have any bleeding disorders because it might affect blood clotting.
Good to know. Moving on, let's discuss licorice root. You called it the protective sweetener. Sounds intriguing. How is it protective for the liver?
What's really interesting about licorice is it contains these specific compounds that seem to, well, almost form a protective layer over liver cells.
Like a natural shield.
Kind of, yeah, helping defend the liver against damage from toxins, various stressors. For doshas, it's very soothing. Reduces excess Vata dryness, erratic function, and Pitta calming heat and inflammation.
So it calms things down.
It does. But it can increase Kapha. So if you tend towards congestion or holding water, use it mindfully.
So for things like chemical-induced liver stress, or maybe even hepatitis, it could provide some defense.
Precisely. Its protective and anti-inflammatory qualities are really supportive for liver resilience. But crucial caveats here.
Okay.
Traditional Ayurvedic advice is to avoid licorice root if you have high blood pressure, kidney problems, or if you're pregnant, as it can affect fluid balance and hormones.
Right. Important checks. Okay, let's shift to Guduchi, often called the rejuvenator. That name alone sounds powerful for the liver.
Guduchi, or Tinospora cordifolia, definitely lives up to its name. It's classified as a potent Rasiana herb.
Rasiana, again, rejuvenating tissues, promoting longevity.
Exactly. For the liver, that means strengthening its basic function, boosting its ability to repair itself, to regenerate. But it also boosts immunity and overall vitality, a real holistic tonic. And its effect on doshas is quite special. Ayurveda suggests it balances all three, but it's particularly good at calming Pitta disorders, inflammation, digestive heat, that sort of thing.
So it sounds like it's not just for acute problems, but for building the liver's strength over time. What are its main uses?
That's right. It's very useful for chronic liver conditions, even helping support the body in cases of autoimmune hepatitis, and also for just persistent poor digestion.
Because the liver is key for digestion, right?
Yeah.
The digestifier, Agni.
Absolutely. If the liver isn't working well, it impacts the whole digestive process. Just a note on Guduchi, Ayurveda advises caution if you have severe constipation or diabetes, unless you're working with a practitioner, because it can influence blood sugar.
Understood. Next up is Haritaki, the detoxifier. It's a key part of Chirophala too, isn't it? Sounds like it's focused on clearing things out.
Haritaki is a major player in systemic detox. It strongly supports thorough detoxification and good digestive health. And as we've been saying, these are deeply linked to the liver's workload.
How so?
Well, if your digestion is slow or you suffer from constipation, that puts a huge extra burden on the liver because toxins aren't leaving efficiently through the gut.
So by keeping the bowels moving smoothly, it lightens the liver's load.
Precisely. Ayurveda sees Haritaki as balancing for all three doshas, which is rare, but it's especially good for Vata imbalances, which often show up as constipation or dryness. So great for easing liver burden from sluggish bowels, helping toxin elimination, and waking up slow digestion, but strong caution here too.
Okay.
Avoid Haritaki if you're already dehydrated, have acute diarrhea, or excessive dryness. Its purging effect could make those worse.
Makes sense. All right, our last major herb for today. Bringage, the liver revitalizer. Sounds like another ancient remedy specifically for liver issues.
Bringraj has certainly been valued for centuries in Ayurveda, specifically for liver and gallbladder health. It's considered a real targeted tonic for these organs, aiming to optimize their function. Dosha-wise, it's particularly good at reducing excess Pitta, the inflammation, and Kapha, the sluggishness. And it helps balance Vata, too. That versatility is key.
So it would be a go-to for things like jaundice and a large liver, maybe hepatitis.
Yes, exactly. Those are primary applications where Bringraj is often recommended. It also really helps support healthy bile flow,
Which is crucial for
digesting fats efficiently and properly eliminating toxins. Super important. For cautions, traditional texts say avoid Bringraj if you have severe diarrhea or if you're pregnant.
Got it. Now, this is where it gets really practical for everyday life. You don't always need rare herbs, right? Sometimes support is right there in the kitchen.
Absolutely. Your spice rack can be an Ayurvedic pharmacy in miniature. Common spices have real benefits for the liver.
Okay, let's talk about a few. Coriander.
Coriander primarily reduces Pitta and Kapha. It's known for being cooling, and Ayurveda suggests it for helping with heavy metal detox and soothing liver inflammation. Just a small note. If you have a severe Vata issue with lots of coldness, maybe use it a bit more sparingly.
Interesting. And cardamom. We often use it in sweets, but it has liver benefits.
Cardamom is wonderful. It's considered tridoshic, balancing all three doshas. It's helpful for sluggish digestion that might be straining the liver and for that Pitta-related liver heat. It gently kindles Agni, that digestive fire, helping metabolize food and toxins, which lightens the liver's work, but without adding too much heat itself. Small caution, maybe avoid large amounts during acute gastric ulcers.
And finally, fennel. Lots of people chew on fennel seeds after a meal. What's the liver link there?
Fennel is another lovely balancing spice, though maybe slightly pitta increasing if you use a lot. It's excellent for poor digestion, liver congestion, bloating. It's mild, sweet, cooling, very gentle. One specific caution Ayurveda mentions is to avoid it if you have estrogen-sensitive conditions, as it might have mild estrogenic effects.
Okay, so we have all this incredible information about these herbs and spices. How do we actually bring this into our lives effectively? It's not just about grabbing a bottle off the shelf, is it?
Definitely not. It's about being thoughtful and individual. The absolute cornerstone of Ayurveda is understanding your unique constitution and needs.
So not a one-size-fits-all approach. Where should someone start?
The most crucial first step, honestly, is to consult with an Ayurvedic practitioner. They can properly figure out your dosha balance, see what your liver actually needs, and suggest a personalized plan. That guidance is invaluable.
Right. Get expert advice first.
Then, when you do start incorporating herbs, go slowly. Introduce just one at a time. See how your body feels over a few days or a week before adding another.
That makes sense. Listen to your body's response.
Exactly. It helps you understand what truly works for you without overwhelming your system.
And once you figure out what works, consistency is probably key.
Absolutely. Ayurveda loves daily rituals. Find ways to weave these herbs into your routine, maybe a warm tea, adding spices to your cooking, perhaps specific supplements if recommended. It's that regular, gentle support that really makes a difference long term.
And it's not just about the herbs in isolation, is it?
Not at all. They work best as part of a whole supportive lifestyle. Proper hydration is huge. Eating seasonally, mindfully, and something critical for the liver managing stress. All these things work together, creating this ecosystem for your liver to thrive.
It's a truly holistic picture. Taking care of the liver means taking care of your whole self. As we wrap up thinking about these powerful Ayurvedic approaches, what really strikes you about that deep, everyday connection between your choices, what you eat, how you live, and the health of this incredibly hardworking organ, your liver? Something to reflect on. To explore more insights like these and continue learning about ancient wisdom for modern health, please do subscribe to the Ayur Times channel. And if anything we discussed today sparked questions or thoughts, please share them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.